Hello, it's the one and only guy Johnny, also known as Coach Johnny, and you're here with 5D Transformations. And in this video, I wanted to really touch on introverted intuition. This is the last function that I've done with the MBTI in terms of talking about how to use each function. And so when it comes to introverted intuition, I really want to keep it nice and quick. Introverted intuition is all about noticing patterns in the moment, things that stick out. Introverted intuition is all about being able to see where things are leading to. It's about being able to see what stands out. It's about being able to notice the pattern in the immediate moment. Like, do you notice the pattern based on what's in front of you? Do you notice what stands out to you based on what you're looking at right now? Like you might be looking at this, you might notice my hat, the symbol on my hat, it just pops right out. That's introverted intuition in a nutshell. Or if you go to Starbucks, that Starbucks symbol with the goddess that they have, or the lady, that is the introverted intuition right there, because it's the symbol that stands out. And with introverted intuition, behind every symbol is a story. And introverted intuition is all about sacred symbols, like symbols that stand out, that tell you everything. Like if extroverted sensing is everything in the sensory environment, introverted intuition is the main thing in the sensory environment, and it's honing in on that. And that's why people with introverted intuition, they're really good at, when it comes to moving toward their goals, they can be very successful because they can hone in and lock in. Introverted intuition is also like tunnel vision. So, if you want to tap into introverted intuition, it takes me back to the book, The One Thing. You want to focus on one thing and put all of your attention and energy into that one thing, and kind of blocking out everything else and moving towards that area, because, the one thing about that book, the one thing about the book, The One Thing, is that if you look at introverted intuition, it's linear. It's, it's all of these ideas, and it's honing down into the most important idea. Like they say that 10%, like 90% of the things will get done based on the 10%, or the 10% that you focus on will be responsible for the 90%. So it's like, if I have all of these ideas, the question is, what's the one idea that's going to make me rich? And it's like, okay, out of all the things I'm thinking about, this one idea, let's say this one business idea I have, if I put all my energy into that, then it will help me get the money I need to do the 90% of other things I need to get done. That is kind of the thinking of introverted intuitive. It's like putting my energy into the right places and honing into the right places, and getting the most out of that, So that's one way to use it, is to really be like, okay, where's my energy going? Another thing that you want to do, watch movies, watch TV shows, watch like series where you have to find out clues and mysteries, or figure out what's going to come next. And I want you to practice paying a lot of attention and then thinking, okay, what's about to happen? Because one thing I noticed with introverted intuitives is it's very easy for them to for example, my girlfriend's introverted intuitive, and like we'll be watching the show and she'll be like, okay, that's obviously about to happen, and then it happens, and I'm like, damn, I didn't know that was obviously about to happen. Like, but you did, because you're so good at noticing what pattern is coming right now. Boom, that's where your gift is. So that's what you'll notice. If you want to tap into that, watch shows and be like, this is what's going to happen, and see if that's what happens. And if so, then you're beginning to work on that intuition of knowing what's going to happen. Another thing about introverted intuition is very curious function. It wants to absorb information. It wants to absorb ideas. And so go out there and explore ideas, look at different ideas, and then over time, it's going to hone in on the ideas that it values. And that's going to be very important. But you have to be curious. You have to be curious to tap into introverted intuition. And I have a few friends that have extroverted sensing, but they tap into their introverted intuition when they talk to me, whenever we're talking about ideas, and they like, what do you think about this? Another thing with introverted intuition that's really big, if you want to tap into it, is seeing something through from beginning to end, in terms of an idea. Like, it doesn't really care to jump around. Like, introverted intuition wants to pay attention to one idea at a time. So like, you might want to do things like do a jigsaw puzzle or a crossword puzzle, and do it from the beginning till you finish it. And that's going to help you sharpen introverted intuition, because it's all about following a linear idea all the way through to the end, not how extroverted intuition is, where you're just jumping around everywhere. So just keep that in mind as well. And those are some real key ways to use introverted intuition. And then the final thing I would say is you want to look at like patterns. Use puzzles are really good, and just play games and things like that where you're noticing a pattern and having to like solve a pattern or put something together where it creates a pattern. Because introverted intuition is all about patterns, and it gets better and better with it over time, and it begins to know how to synchronize like different things. Like it notices, oh, that's supposed to go there. Oh, that should go there. Like people who do interior design are naturally going to have introverted intuition. People that do art design, art, creativity, like Kanye West is an extroverted sensor dominant, but he has introverted intuition as his third function. So he's very big on fashion because he knows, okay, from everything I've absorbed and seen, this is what I know this goes, and this is where this goes. People who are ISFPs, some of your greatest artists and creators, they're able to take the sensory and notice little things that make it stand out. Like they might draw something that's a regular thing that you've seen in the physical. Like you might see a table, they'll draw a table, but they'll add one little thing to it that makes it stand out. They're very aesthetic because they pay attention to everything with their extroverted sensing. They absorb everything, and then they use their intuition to come up with this one piece that looks beautiful. So they absorb everything in order to create one idea or one piece that's beautiful. And that's really big. So that's how you use introverted intuition in a nutshell. Of course, it's very complex beyond that, but that's just a good way to start when it comes to using it. Aside from that, if you have any questions, man, make sure to reach out to me at your5dtransformations@gmail.com. That's YOUR 5D transformations@gmail.com. And you can ask me any questions when it comes to MBTI or set up a consultation. You could also visit the Patreon. We have exclusive MBTI videos on there. And check out all the videos I dropped on MBTI. I got a lot of videos on that. Aside from that, thank you for listening, and we'll talk soon. Much love and peace.